So today I'm going to share with you how to hit a baseball, and I'm going to use one of my online clients as an example, because if you're hitting a lot of ground balls, you're rolling over, you're swinging and missing, you're popping balls up, you're probably not doing the things that I'm going to share with you in this video. And if you're watching to the end of this video, you're going to be able to hit more line drives, you're going to increase your exit velocity just a bit, you're going to make more solid contact, and you're going to get an ear-to-ear smile as opposed to being frustrated and not having fun as a player. Hi, I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and if you're new here, I help players play to their full potential.
But first, are you struggling with your swing? Do you want an MLB player or expert to see what you're doing wrong or what you need to work on? If so, let me or my team take a look at your swing, just like we did with this player who sent in his video to help with increasing his power, and this is the result after. And the same with this player, he sent in his video because he was lacking in consistency, and here's the result, and he's now being looked at by college coaches. So if you want an expert to look over your swing, link will be in the description below.
So the first place we started was the mental game. I believe the mental game is like the key that unlocks everything else. Just to prove my point, if you see right here on the screen, you'll see that he's a little uncomfortable, he's a little unsure, and he's scared of the baseball. And so we first had to get him to believe in himself, get him comfortable with the ball coming at him, and we had to get him over that bump. Once we're able to get him over that bump, then we can go and unlock everything else. And how we did that was we first had him visualize his success. We had him, before he even took a swing off a tee, we had him visualize what he wanted to do. We had him take 5 minutes before a practice in a game and just visualize himself hammering the baseball. We had him say out loud that he was a good hitter, he was a good player, and that he was fearless. We had him do all these little mental exercises so that he can develop that before we went into all the other mechanics. So after the mindset, the next thing we focused on was the lower half. See, the lower half is like a foundation of the home, and if the foundation is unstable, the home comes crashing down. And what I mean specifically is that a pitcher's goal is to get your lower half off balance. If they can move you forward, they can keep you too far back. If they get you off balance, your swing won't even play. So as a hitter, what we're trying to do is protect our lower half, or in other words, we're trying to create a strong base. The better we can do that, the more effective and more consistent our swing will get, which will make our results more consistent as well. So when it comes to this player that you're seeing on the screen, you can see on the left hand side, you can see he was on his heels, he was a bit timid, and that was all mental. But you can also see he didn't use his legs much. He wasn't even rotating his hips, right? And you can see now on the right hand side, you can see that once he goes back onto that back leg, he starts to coil a little bit, and then he starts to ride that back leg, and then he gets into a good launch position. And this allows him now to get his swing off more consistently. So the next thing we focused on the top hand, because the top hand creates the path of the swing and controls the barrel. And if you're being inconsistent, meaning you're hitting a lot of ground balls, you're popping balls up, you're swinging and missing, it's because your top hand isn't being as direct as it can to the baseball. And you can see on the left hand side, when we first started working together, you can see that when he started to swing, you can see his barrel dropped, and then it would go to the baseball, causing for a swing that was very late and inconsistent. But then now you can see how he stays tight to his body. You can see how his top hand works direct to the baseball, and that allows him to square more balls up and get more consistent hard contact. So the last thing we did was we focused on his extension. Most kids, when they swing and immediately exit the zone, rolling their hands over, coming around the baseball, and that causes for a swing that hits a lot of ground balls, can't touch the outside part of the plate, and leaves them very frustrated. And what I told this hitter that we're talking about, his name is Khalil, what I told him is that once you get to the baseball, we want to continue long through it. And the way that I described it to him was, you want to give yourself a pat on the back with your top hand. And so when I show him this, where I'm swinging and I go long through it like this, you can see how when I start swinging and then I get through it, I'm still at a palm up, palm down, pushing through it towards the middle of the field, allowing me to get that loft, a little loft through the baseball, so that I can hit more line drives and drive that baseball. And you can see right here on the left hand side, you can see that he wasn't getting a proper extension through the baseball. He was immediately hitting the baseball and then finishing his swing. And sometimes he didn't even extend through it, which is also a common problem in youth baseball. But you can see on the right hand side, you can see how he punches through through it and give himself a pat on the back with his top head. And this causes him to drive the ball more consistently to the outfield. And you can see here in these little highlights, you can see that he's now driving the baseball to the outfield and he's hitting the ball very, very hard. So with that being said, I appreciate you for watching this video. I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and if you want to get a free swing review, link is in the description below. Take advantage before it's too late, because I'm not going to be doing this for that long. With that being said, thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.